Hey guys, what's going on? Broken Daydream here, back here with another video. Welcome to my first reading log video where I'm just gonna be talking about manga that I've been reading lately, mainly ones that I can't talk about on TikTok, but also ones that I just don't feel like making a full video out of. So let me start this off by asking, would you date a succubus? Well, that's the setup to our first manga, Seriously Dating a Succubus. Our story starts off with our main character saving this girl from being sexually assaulted on a train. To show her gratitude, she starts to kiss him, but suddenly our main character, he starts to feel weird, he starts to feel weak. Well, it turns out that she's a succubus and she was draining some of his life force. He ends up escaping from that situation and wants to forget about the whole thing and just wants to focus on his karate club. But she ends up tracking him down because she wants to be in a relationship with him. He's like, look, the karate club has rules, and one of those rules being that he can't be in a impure relationship. She's like, okay, that's not a problem. Let's make it a serious relationship. He's like, what does a demon like you know about love? And she's like, absolutely nothing. I only really know about lust, not love. But I'm willing to learn about love to be with you. He's like, well, I guess if you're serious about it, there's no real reason to say no. So now he's dating a succubus, and of course, succubus shenanigans are going to ensue. I'm a few chapters in, and I've been enjoying it so far. We've already been introduced to the parents, which is always a good time. Next up, let's talk about Nirigami-chan with the huge ass.
Bring that fat ass over here. I wanna get it in my mouth.
It's a basic story about this girl who likes this guy, but she happens to have a pretty big dump truck. She's kind of insecure about it, but it causes some funny situations. For example, there's a part where she really wants to sit next to her crush on the train, but there's only a very narrow space there, but she tries to go for it anyway and kind of accidentally ends up sitting on his lap, and she gets up kind of embarrassed and kind of runs away. In another chapter, she's just about to miss the train, so she sprints onto it. She just makes it, but her buttocks ends up getting caught in the train door. So the manga is just a bunch of funny situations like that, so I've been enjoying it so far. I got one more manga that I want to talk about. What if how entertained a monster girl was determined whether or not the world would blow up? Well, then we would have the reverse isekai, 4.5 tatami mat. Our main character is excited about finally living on his own. But when he gets up to his apartment, he finds 3 girls in his apartment, 3 non-human girls. It seems like his father tricked him into being the host of the Otherworld Cultural Exchange Program. His father gives him 2 conditions. 1, they can't leave the apartment. And 2, he has to keep them in a good mood. The reason why he can't let them leave the apartment is because if they get too far away from the dimensional gate, it will cause some type of dimensional disturbance that could blow up the world. So our main character has to be a good host to these different monster girls that come to our world. For example, he gets these 2 twin princesses that want to visit a bathhouse, but they can't leave the apartment, so how's he gonna figure that out? In another chapter, this cat girl wants to get a husband, but there are only certain people that are able to interact with these other worlders without causing a dimensional disturbance. So they end up getting this guy on death row to be her husband. But why a guy on death row? Well, besides the fact that only a certain amount of people can interact with these other worlders, like I just mentioned, the other main reason is because that if this Catwoman isn't satisfied in the bedroom, she will hunt you down and take your life. So yeah, give her the guy on death row. One more example is that our main character ends up tricking some of his friends to go on a blind date with some of these monster girls. So again, this manga is about this guy just trying to be a good host to these monster girls, otherwise the world could blow up. It's a okay read so far, but I don't really see myself finishing it. So that's going to bring us to the end of the first reading log. If you guys like this video, like the video. And if you like me, subscribe to me. And as always, this has been Broken Daydream, and I'll catch y'all next time.